Good morning. Welcome back to another Weiss Schwarz market update. Few things to talk about here. We got Saekano trial decks. We have on the Japanese Weiss Schwarz side Marvel, Star Wars, Arufureta card reveals. We have the release of key All-Stars on the Japanese side as well. And finally, we have restocks for Sword Art Online and Rent a Girlfriend. And also an update about Fruits of Grisaya booster box signature. So first up, I have Saekano trial decks. I told you I've been looking for these in the $5 marks. TCG Player actually has it for $5.68. I didn't see that one coming. I was just throwing it out there, and it actually did happen. So what I ended up doing was buying some trial decks in the sixes. I'm not going to tell you who I bought this from. Reason being is because when I got my trial decks, the first thing when I saw when I pulled this out was the band. It was a little off center. I'm like, you know what? It's a band. It could be off center, but I'm like, it is strangely not in the right place. And I know things happen with bands, they could end up off center and all that. And then I looked at the top. The tops look all clean and crisp and all that stuff. And then I said to myself, you know what? I bet the bottom's all messed up. And it was messed up. You can see here, I'm not using my really nice camera at this point to show you this. You could see it without me having to do that. Look at that. Popped up on that side. You can see this over here. You can see some bends. Yeah, I don't need to bust out a fingerprinting kit. And the reason why I'm not going to do that is it doesn't matter. If someone used gloves, they can not leave any fingerprints. But why I'm saying this again is when I bought this in the $6 range, I did not expect that I was going to get a live trial deck, as in I wasn't going to get an SP in it. I knew that going into it. But when I bought this, I was buying a dead sealed product. The reason why I wanted to have this is for display reasons. I also wanted to give somebody the opportunity to open a trial deck if they were to come over to my house and want to open it or just play with it as well. Having this, seeing that, just really kills that spirit. And I could go out here, I could give the seller a bad review. For one, I don't want to be sued by them in case I'm wrong. And number two, the real reason I'm doing this is to go back to Bushiroad and Weiss Schwarz. I sent them my fingerprinting videos. They saw that, right? They know this is an actual problem. This is my reiteration of that fact that, you know what? You need to be protecting your customers. It may cost you a little bit more money, but having product where people are actively going through the bottom of it, pulling it out and reselling it as if they never looked at it is a messed up thing. You cannot have trust from your customers. We are your end customers, right? Like in the end, you need to protect us. And in this way, if I get a trial like deck like this or booster box that most likely is dead off of wherever website, TCG Player, eBay, Facebook, anything like that, it's going to hurt people in the end if they actually don't know that. Going into this, I knew that this was going to be dead, but not like this, right? I thought it was dead sealed, not dead opened. And it doesn't take all that much of a change to prevent this from happening, from stopping people from opening it from the bottom. There's still going to be dead product out there because of your guaranteed, not guaranteed rates. But still, this is pretty awful. I don't know if I would say upset because this thing was in the $6, but it really just proves the fact that nothing's been done. They're pumping out product and not protecting us, the customers. That's it. I'm going to move on. Premium booster boxes on the Japanese side for Marvel came out. This reminded me of all the different posters, all the different, I guess, promotional products that they have for Marvel. One of the things I like having is posters. I do like this one. I don't get to show this off a lot, but there we go. This is for Scream. It's always someone you know. I like that last movie that just came out. It was really good. So we have Marvel. I saw this in the morning when I woke up. It was really dark. I was still groggy, but the pictures look really nice. And why I bring that up is because this, when I saw this, it hurt my eyes. You know, it's just like getting adjusted to all the colors coming at me, the Guardians of the Galaxy and Captain Marvel. Still though, if you were one of those people that like posters, if you didn't collect any of these posters, I think these will be really nice cards to have, especially if you don't get the SPs, that'll happen. But if you can get some of the other rarities, I would say probably the Infinity Parallel, that would be nice since you get the little bit of shine there. I think that'll be really cool to have the frame, kind of like if you've seen the HoloLive displays that Bushiroad has for Bushiroad on the road where they show them all. I think it'd be really cool to actually have that. You get a little bit of shine. You may not have this word stamped across of it like Captain America, that first Avenger. Still, I think it'd be really cool to see. Same thing, we got some previews for Star Wars, comes out on February 17th. They both come out on the same day. Just for the Japanese side, I don't know if there will be an English release. You can see that here. Got these stamps on here. And I do like that they did not use the gold foiling on here, really just to match, the stamping of Star Wars color-wise. So really neat to have that as well. I do like these. These are really nice. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan just because I didn't watch it. Not saying I hate it, I just haven't been able to watch it, but these cards look really nice. I do like it. And then we have Aru Ferretta. And I will say, 2 episodes in, I don't like this show. But I saw this card last night, and I'm like, I think people are going to want this card. Just playability wise, I don't know. I didn't see it. It looks, if I can read that right, maybe it's an early play. I see a -1 on there. So I'm just going to go with that. This probably is, actually. But this box comes out on February 24th, along the lines of pumping out lots of product and not worrying about the trial decks. February 24th, we are going to get this. And you can see these cards look nice and crisp. I do enjoy that. I think people have, when they saw these SPs, there hasn't been anything really horrible to say about them. It seems like across the board, people seem to enjoy them. And then let's just look at the product calendar. Again, February is stacked. If you were a person that liked buying a lot of Weiss Schwarz stuff, you still have a ton. Heaven Burned Red, Star Wars, Marvel, Ari Ferretta, and we got the D4DJ trial decks. Across 3 of them, in fact. And then Chainsaw Man yet to be scheduled. So Key came out last night. I do love Key. I can't wait to get mine. I just paid my Ami Ami as of this morning. So hopefully sometime next week I actually do get mine. The SPs look really fantastic. I was pleased to see that it's one of those ones, as a person that is a fan of Key works, that basically a lot of these were sold out on Nova TCG. A bunch were picked up on UUTE. And then also the KSC. I like the fact that even though this was just, like a plain looking card, like it just looked like a fancy field or a sky, it calls back to the people that watch these Key anime, and they put it onto a card, and it actually did sell out as well. So really cool that they were able to make that a success. But also, if you're a fan of Shiroha, going back to the SPs, really expensive, 118,000. I think that is your biggest SP of the bunch. Yes. So this key set was going to be amazing. I thought so myself, and yeah, you can see that Shiroha over here in the SEC slot, 158,000 yen sold out. So really cool set. I do like a bunch of the cards. You can see some of them definitely were picked up and bought out. And it applies the same on Nova TCG if you want to check that out. On the going second cards, basically these were lower in price. And I will say that the chippy characters aren't so great to put on a going first, going second. There's not that much of a demand versus, let's say, actual full-blown anime characters. And you can see right here, 400 for a going first, going second card. A little bit lower than what you normally would see. All right, moving on, TCG player. This is part of my holiday giveaway for TCG players. So, as you know, in my description of my video, there is a link to click. If you click on that link for TCG player, you will be taken to TCG player. And if you buy anything, a portion of that money comes back to me. I return that in the form of a giveaway back to you. So we've been doing this holiday entry. This is number 3. In order to enter, you need to fill out this survey. Questions 1 through 4. You don't have to answer number 5 at all. What I need you to do here is, on this YouTube video, I need you to write in a gift for a $50 white elephant. And the reason I'm doing this is because every year at Christmas, my family does this. My family, my cousins, all of them, we do a white elephant. And the gifts I've been buying, though, I think are practical, aren't like crowd pleasers, right? Like when they open it, they're not going, "Oh my God, this is amazing." Like the one year I bought a battery pack, one of those rechargeable battery packs. It was like $50, and they thought it was good. I think it's one of those ones where you're going to be thanking me one day when you need to use that actual battery pack. I thought it was awesome, but it didn't have that wow factor. So I want you to give me a $50 white elephant gift idea. Nothing adult deemed. I will reiterate that since kids in my family can participate. So please do not put that down there. I will disqualify you if you attempt to do that. Okay? I need your YouTube username, favorite number, country you live in, because you need to be in the USA to be eligible. This you have until Sunday morning when I wake up. I will close this survey down. So you have 2 days from now to actually do it. Roughly 2 days, right? Whenever I wake up on Sunday and remember to do this. The last one I woke up at like 11 o'clock. So we will see on when I close this one. But you have 2 days to do this. Going back to Weiss Schwarz now. Oh, and finally, I forgot to do this. I apologize. Thank you to all the people that do click that link and purchase something from TCG Player. Again, if you need something from TCG Player, then please use my link. If not, buy from your local or buy off Facebook or whatever like that. But because of those people, they make these giveaways possible. So I really appreciate you doing that. Okay, with the product schedule for English side, they are really hitting you hard. And that's what I mean. Like, you have all this time to pump out product. Fix the dang trial deck. Just, you have time. Just do it. Just make it happen. Protect your customers. Anyways, off my soapbox. Roughly 2 weeks time. This one is 3 weeks, but you can see them pumping out product. We have January is going to be trial decks for Kaguya and Data Live. Those are going to be reprinted. We're going to have Kaguya on February 17th, Volume 2, up for sale. There are no signatures for that. 3 weeks later, we're getting power-up sets for Kill la Kill, Log Horizon, and Haruhi Suzumiya. 2 weeks from there, we're getting Data Live Volume 2. 2 weeks from there, we're getting Bang Dream 5th Anniversary. 2 weeks from there, we're getting Sword Online 10th Anniversary. 2 weeks from there, we are getting Saekano Flat. And 2 weeks from there, we're getting Fruit of Grisaya. So hopefully, if you all want to buy a piece of every one of those, you have a bunch of money. If not, I think I see people skipping a bunch of this. You're really hitting people hard with how many sets are coming out. You don't have to buy every set. Some of these sets are older. Some of the animes aren't as loved as people love some of the new stuff coming out. So I will say some are skippable, but geez, you are really making sure to try to get as much money out of people as possible. And coupling that with all the different games that are coming out, right, that we know, Battle Spirit Saga, especially in March, I wonder if that's going to do something, especially with the prize pool that they're offering for tournaments, right? $1 million and 350,000 before the championship series is going to be huge. So speaking of Fruits of Grisaya, out on Fruits of Grisaya, this has been updated May 19th, 2023. If you are a fan of Yuji, if you wanted his signature, it is not going to be on the card. They are replacing it. I didn't look up the actor. I have no idea why this is taking place. That being that this is a male character, probably doesn't hurt as bad. You can see the signature was removed off of here and the quote that went with it. And we are replaced with a different one and bullet holes, which is an interesting addition. I know he has a gun. It makes total sense to actually do that, right? We had Saekano with Blessing Software stamped on there, and this one we have bullet holes. So at the very least, when I look at this, it's not as bad, right? Because the signature, and I'm not dissing anybody's signature. My signature is horrible. Like if you were to actually see my signature in real life, you would have thought a second grader actually did it. So, which is probably almost true. I have second grade penmanship, but we have this signature, and when you look off to the right, it doesn't look that much. I wouldn't say different, but it's not losing all that much. Where you have some of the women voice actors, when they do their signature, right? You might have like a cute animal, a bunny or something on there. We don't have that, and the bullet holes actually add a little bit to the picture since he's holding a gun down at you. I do like that. So if we're not going to get a signature, at the very least, it's a nice swap. And the only reason why I'm cool with all this is just because it's one character versus the entire booster box being changed over. All of these lovely people will still have signed cards. Okay. Lastly, I've been seeing this on Facebook and all these other places, but there is a restock of Sword Art Online Alicization Volume 2 booster box and Rent a Girlfriend. So those are going to be reappearing. If you wanted to purchase any, I would say suggest going out to Facebook or contact your local seller because they are offering boxes or cases of this stuff. Now, it's very interesting about the Sword Art Online one, just because right now booster boxes are $79.90, and on face value right here, without clicking into it, $11.05 on the sealed case. If I click in it, I was just making sure if there was shipping or not. So it says $11.05. Recently, there have been two sales, I will say, in October 19th, 13th, $11.25. I saw these cases that people are putting up for sale in the 900s, mid 900s. So it is coming out. And the other thought was, remember, Sword Art Online did have serial numbers as well. You could see them right here. Well, they're not right there. Let me close these. I had super rares and rare and triple rares up here. There are serial numbers here. There is one of this Yu-Gi-Oh! $19,999.99. If someone has it, do they have a picture? They do not have a picture of it. So they have this for sale. There was this thought that since Rudy bought a bunch of booster box cases, that he has, you know, the horde of the serial numbers that remain. But apparently, somebody, I don't know who this would be coming from. I'm not an actual seller, obviously. I don't know if the distributors just had them on the side or Bushiroad had them and now made them available to the distributors. But no matter what happened here, they're available and they could contain your chance at getting a serial number because they all haven't not been found yet. There is a list somewhere on Facebook. I don't know if it's been updated or not, but that still exists out there. So going back here, I was clicking back. So we have super rares and triple rares. Some of them are fairly expensive. Ouch. Stopped me in my tracks because I saw this Yu-Gi-Oh at $31.98. That was pretty bad. It's pretty down there. But there's some really nice SRs, triple rares, and they're expensive. So this actually gives you a shot. If you wanted to go serial hunt, or if you just wanted to get some of the SRs or triple rares from this set, being able to pick up a case of this at least gives you a fair shot of doing so. So this is a good chance if you wanted to do that. But again, I would, if you're going to go serial hunt, make sure to try to find that updated list out on Facebook Global, because let's say this hasn't happened, but let's say all the asanas were picked up, right? All 1 through 10 were picked up, and that's all you wanted. Would you want to buy a case of this knowing that they're all gone? Probably not. So just make sure to check out that list before you go and do that. Okay. Rent a Girlfriend, I always said, was eventually going to sell out. It was going to be pretty high premium just because of what it actually is. It's sitting here at the $76 mark, which isn't too bad at all. I don't think that's bad. And there's not that many boxes for sale. But of course, somehow a restock has happened. It doesn't sound like it's a reprint, it's a restock. So the case $12.99. Jeez, and look at this. You had one sale recently, December 3rd for $13.99.99. You had one October 3rd for $13.79. That is freaking crazy, especially since now we know again the restock will be in the mid 900s from sellers. So that hurts. That would hurt me if I saw that, knowing that, you know what, a restock is coming, and if I just waited a little bit longer, it would have been cheaper, like $400 cheaper. That's pretty awful, and that's not even including taxes if you have taxes. Rent a Girlfriend. Which one is the biggest? Let's see. I didn't even look here. Let's just take a gander at the SSP. Geez, Cheeseroo, $12.79.04. But you're in luck, everybody. If you wanted a Cheeseroo, you technically have a shot with these restock cases. Yikes. Good lord. I knew she was going to be expensive, but dang, not that expensive. So we're going to see a refilling of these SSPs. I think some people are going to take a shot at it. Can you imagine buying a case at $950 and then getting a Chizuru? Not to say people are going to go out there and buy it. I wouldn't say this is a money-making scheme that you should attempt to do, but there is at least a fair shot. If it's at $12.79 and not selling, maybe at 800, which is, and you still have all the other stuff in there, pretty good. But again, you have to be lucky to get it. Special rares. Let's see. Wow, someone bought out all the Rukas. Recent sale, $170 for Ruka. Good girl. And then we have the trial deck ones. I remember for a while there when people were like saying this thing should be 400, even higher than that. Sad days. Light play, 225, 265 for near mint, 270. So there are a few of them left. And let's see where we have our trial decks. Just last thing I want to do. Trial decks, trial decks. Trial decks, 1805, and there's 6 sellers. So not... This one's open, this one's open. Wow, so is this really it? It seems mighty wrong to have only 4 sellers, and this is the price on it. But that's what it is, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how many trial decks really exist out there. I bought a few of them, I will say. I got a few displays, and we will see where that takes us. We have 4 displays. Oh, speaking of displays, let me click that. $84. But I think there's not really a ton of these left. I wonder if we know that there is going to be another season of this. There was a second season of this. I don't know if this is going to eventually come up for Weiss Schwarz. Does this make it open for a reprint of trial decks or booster boxes one day when it comes out? I don't know. But right now, there's not really a huge supply left of Rent-A-Girlfriend. Even though this set doesn't get played all that much, it does have some really nice characters. No matter if you hate Mommy or not, there are some really nice characters in this show, and people do actually buy Mommy cards as well. So that is everything. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. As always, have fun, be happy, don't spend anything outside your budget. Have a good one.